Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 11:34 a.m. according to a computer clock on Monday, August 17, 2015. And this is my review of original Sailor Moon anime episode number 56, or episode 10 of Sailor Moon R, Steal Mamoru's Kiss. Ends Snow White strategy. This episode originally aired in Japan on May 29, 1993. There is a pre-title scene in the episode. Usagi is asleep while reading a book, and Luna thinks Usagi is studying, but she's asleep. And she wakes Usagi up because, anyway, Usagi had been dreaming about eating, meat buns or something like that, which is the closest thing to meatballs in the Japanese original, I guess. Luna, it was funny, Luna saw that Usagi was reading Snow White, and Luna had fantasies about wanting to someday be kissed by a handsome male cat. Yeah, so Luna's a bit love-struck too. Well, you got a handsome male cat, Artemis, you know. Anyway, it's interesting that Usagi's copy of Snow White is in English. So does that mean Usagi knows English? I mean, I know Japanese students are required to learn English, but apparently they have one of the worst foreign language programs in the world. And most Japanese just don't ever learn how to speak English. But anyway, Anne, or N, is reading Snow White as well. The same book that Usagi has. What a coincidence, huh? Maybe it's like from school. Maybe they have to read it for an assignment or whatever. I don't know. I don't think they ever say. But anyway, Ale's like, is it really necessary to learn English? Do we have to do this? So, yeah, it's established that they're not actually speaking English. So I guess they're speaking Japanese, right? Anyway, but I wonder how the Japanese English conflict in that one Sailor Moon S episode is going to be handled. We'll see when we get to it. But anyway, Rei called an emergency meeting at the Higawa Shrine, and Usagi's late. But anyway, apparently Mamoru had been at the shrine to offer a prayer. We don't actually see this, but Rei says he was there to offer a prayer because apparently he's doing some kind of theatrical production and his entire cast quit or it broke up or something. So I guess Mamoru does stuff at the local theater? Is he interested in theater? Well, okay. I guess that's good because we really don't see what he's interested at all otherwise. I mean, what are Mamoru's interests? I mean, he goes to school, he studies, he does homework, but what does he do for fun? Theater, I guess. Who knew? Oh, and he goes to the arcade every so often, but anyway. So the girls suggest that they put on a play based on Snow White. But they start arguing over who gets to play Snow White. And I love Mako's reason. I need to play Snow White because I've got the biggest boobs. And one of the other girls says something, and then Mako's like, hey, you want to take measurements? Yes, please. Do that, please. I'm all for them measuring their boobs. Or each other's boobs. Oh boy. I forgot about this part until I watched it today. But in the original Deke English dub from 1995, they censored it. Mako said that she's got the biggest talent or whatever. So talent became kind of a joking euphemism for boobs among the Sailor Moon fandom. I've got the biggest talents. Anyway. Umino and Naru come out of nowhere, literally. And they get in on it. They try to break up the fighting. Anne comes out of nowhere and says, hey, let's draw straws for it. Depending on the color at the end of the straw that determines your part or whatever. Mamoru is playing the prince, so Usagi is the Wicked Queen. Most of the others are dwarves, and Anne is Snow White, but she cheated. The other girls are aware of this, and they mention it to Usagi later on after rehearsal. But they're letting her get away with it because she's so passionate about it. She really wants it. Plus, she's new in town and doesn't really have any friends. But they do want to confront her about it after rehearsal. They want to go, and Usagi's going to be the one to talk to her about it. But they see her go to Hikawa Shrine, and she's offering a prayer for the play to be a success. And secretly, she's like, "And please let me kiss Mamoru." She tried to kiss Mamoru during rehearsal too. When he goes down to kiss her to wake her up from the sleeping spell, she just kind of pulls him toward her. But he doesn't do it because he's like, hey, that's not how it's supposed to happen. And later on, well, I'll get to it. But anyway, so they decided to leave Anne alone. And Ale sends a guardian to sabotage the play. You see, Anne had originally asked him to be the seventh dwarf, but he wanted to be the prince, but that part's already taken, so he said forget it. So they make do with 6 dwarves, and did stupid stuff and got animal costumes. I think it was Anne, unless it was Umino. But I think it was Anne. I forget now, actually, but animal costumes for dwarves to wear. And Usagi's wearing a really unflattering Wicked Queen's costume. Anne's the only one that looks good as Snow White, and Mamoru as the prince. Maybe he kind of looks like Endymion. I don't know, but anyway. On the day of the play, Shingo's there. He had actually come into Usagi's room while she was rehearsing and made fun of her. He said he's attending her play. So they're doing the play. Well, they're about to do the play, but Ale sends the guardian to sabotage the play. Supposedly it was, as he tells Anne at the end of the episode, did you forget about our mission to gather energy? So supposedly it was just to gather energy, but I'm wondering if maybe he was... In fact, I think it was that he was selfish, that because he couldn't get to be a prince, because as he leaves Anne's room at the end of the episode, he's thinking, they should have let me be the prince. So I think this was his way of getting revenge. But anyway. So the guardian knocks Anne and Mamoru over. Anne lies on top of Mamoru and she's about to kiss him, but I think she gets knocked out cold. The girls decide to transform, and they're mad at the guardian for ruining the play, and they each give long introductions about themselves, and they talk about, the play being disrupted. And keep in mind, the audience is conscious. They're watching all of this. And Shingo is like, wait, this was supposed to be a Snow White play, and now it's a Sailor Moon play? Moonlight Knight shows up. Anyway, so there's this whole thing, and Ami actually says that she's the number one ranked test something, whatever. I forget exactly what she said, but she says she's the number one in the country. She basically gave away who she is. She basically gave away that Ami Mizuno is Sailor Mercury. So, yeah. And Usagi was talking about how this is our play, and so she's saying this is Sailor Moon. Obviously, people know that Usagi is involved in the play. And she's talking about it being our play. She's basically revealing who the Sailor Senshi really are to an auditorium full of people. This is never brought up. There are no consequences to this whatsoever. Anyway, I wonder if Shingo thinks that it's really Usagi and her friends, like, dressed up as the Sailor Senshi, or if it's really the Sailor Senshi putting on a play. I don't know. This episode's so stupid. Anyway, the audience is fooled. Anyway, at the end of the episode, after the Guardians defeated, Ale chews Anne out, and Anne's crying, and we learn Ale's true motivation. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier. I think after the scene where they're arguing on the street, there's a cute Luna scene transition. It's like you see a Luna head in the center of the screen, and she opens up her mouth. It's like ah, and the scene and transitions to another scene. It's funny. I've never seen that before. I guess it's something new that they tried. I saw one in the next episode preview as well, so it looks like they'll be using it in the next episode as well. But anyway, this episode was filler. It doesn't matter. And yes, it's filler in the filler arc. Oh boy. It does nothing to advance the story. I mean, all the girls are hanging out with Mamoru now. So I guess that's a step closer to them reuniting, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, that's it. Funny episode, but not important. And it's 11:47 a.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.